Hey friends, and welcome to a new video. Today I really wanted to talk about snacking and how to stop binging on snacks. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not someone that thinks snacking is bad per se. I am someone that believes in listening to your body, so when you're hungry, obviously you haven't had enough to eat and you might need something small, something nutritious, so by all means have that snack in between meals. It's rather when it comes to snacking mindlessly where we should maybe be a bit more careful. By that I mean snacking, for example, just because you're bored or just because it's Tuesday and that's what you do every single Tuesday. It's when it becomes that bad habit where we should maybe be careful, take a step back and analyze the situation. Today I'm going to give you guys 5 tips on how to help stop binging on snacks. So let's get right on into it. So tip number 1 is to actually make sure you have enough when it comes to eating your meal. If you find yourself wanting a snack soon after you've just had your meal, maybe you should analyze if you've had enough for dinner or for lunch. Oftentimes we also think that because we've already had so much during the day, we should cut down the dinner portion. But in the end, we just end up hungry and snacking chocolate or snacking some chips. And nutrition-wise, it's so much better to have a balanced, nutritious, proper portion of dinner than to snack on high-calorie, low-nutrition chips afterwards. So maybe reconsider and analyze your portion sizes. Then tip number 2 is to actually plan and have snacks at home. Now this might sound a little contradicting, but hear me out. So I definitely do not or try not to buy unhealthy snacks because I know I will just eat them all, but instead prepare maybe some healthy snacks, so some nuts, some dried fruit, things like that, that when you do feel snacky and you want to grab something, you'll grab that healthier snack. So prepare for your sweet tooth, but also for salty snacks like hummus and cracker. When you have healthy snacks at home, you're going to snack on healthy snacks. I have a nutritious energy bar in my purse at all times so that if I do get hungry, I can have that instead of going out, running into the store and grabbing the first thing I see, which most often is some kind of chocolate bar or chips, which is not good. So prepare for those snack emergencies and prepare with healthy snacks. So when you do have a snack, and that is totally fine, even if you're not hungry, and even if it's an unhealthy snack, that's okay also, because it's nourishing for our minds. I'm someone that totally believes in a balance of things, but when you do snack, then fully enjoy that snack. So be present with that snack. And what I mean by that is don't snack passively. So like sitting by the TV, because our hand starts to wander from the package to our mouth and we're not paying attention. That continues and continues until the whole bag is empty. Instead, we should rather focus on the snack, enjoy it, enjoy every bite, really pay attention to what you're eating and fully enjoy that moment. And as I said, you don't need to feel guilty if this is something you do once in a while. It might not be super nourishing for the body, but it's nourishing for the mind. So tip number 4 is to limit the amount of snacks, not only in your household, but also the serving that you serve yourself. I feel like we tend to snack until the container or the bag is empty. So a good tip I feel like is to pour yourself out a little portion into a tiny bowl. So when you snack until you reach the bottom, it's the bottom of that bowl and not the bottom of that huge bag of whatever you're snacking on. And this way we really control and limit the amount that we are having. Tip number 5 is to treat snacking as a habit and to actively change that habit. So oftentimes snacking is a habit. As I said, we don't want a snack because we're hungry, but more often because we're either sad or because we're watching TV or because we're bored. And how a habit works is that we have this cue, this kind of trigger. And that trigger is one of those things, watching TV, boredom, or sadness. And that trigger kind of triggers the habit, which is snacking in our case. So every time our brain sees boredom, it goes to snacking. And we really want to change that. Now, we could avoid those triggers, but that is quite hard. You can't really avoid boredom or TVs or sadness for the rest of your life, so those triggers are bound to come, but we can change the action that we associate with it. So every time you feel like you're bored or you're sad, actively change the activity. So do something else that you enjoy. Go out for a walk, listen to some music, maybe flip through a magazine, something that replaces the snacking action. Now be sure to be consistent with the action. We want our brain to connect the trigger with this new action, like going for a walk. Now, it is easier said than done, I have to be honest, but it is possible. We can't really get rid of habits. The only thing we can do is override it with a new habit. So work at it, and the first 20 to 30 days are really essential. Keep actively replacing that action, and over time our brain will connect that automatically, and the new action will follow very automatically. If you're interested on more details about habits and how they work, then there's this great book I would recommend called The Power of Habit. I will link that down below for those of you that are interested. It is a fantastic book. So these were my 5 tips on how to stop binging on snacks. I hope these were helpful. For me personally, I do have those seasons in my life where I gravitate towards snacks very easily and very quickly, and I always have to work to get through that, to get rid of that bad habit. But it is possible, and these are some of the tips that I use to do that. So hopefully you found them helpful as well. Give it a thumbs up if you did, if you enjoyed this video. Other than that, I'll see you guys next week for my new video. Bye!